got this thing on?
A man of many faces. This is Paul O'Grady in 1980, backstage before he was a household name, and the birth of Lily Savage. This footage has rarely been seen before, but within a decade the character went from a small stage in Vauxhall to primetime TV.
The blonde bobsite herself, Miss Lily Savage.
Well, good evening and welcome to my little show. Now, you'll have to excuse the way I'm dressed because I've just come straight from work.
Paul's entertainment career began in the 1970s and 80s, which was a very different era from today. You know, homophobia was the norm. Police harassment of the LGBT+ community was extreme. It was very difficult for out gay people to get on in public life. But somehow Paul managed to go from the margins to the mainstream, from victim to victor, you know, national treasure. I mean, it's an extraordinary personal journey and shows the measure of the man.
Born in Tranmere, he moved to London in his 20s, where he initially worked for Camden Council as a social worker, but he soon found his voice as the sharp-tongued Lily.
You're enjoying life since you left the big breakfast?
It's great.
You don't have to be up at 4:30 any morning. God, you're looking rough, considering.
But relatively late in his career, in 2004, he finally retired his alter ego and began presenting as himself, becoming even more popular.
He was a fighter. He never judged the vulnerable. He never judged the misunderstood. He would be there like a lion for them, because back in the day, he'd been a social worker.
But O'Grady's early years in London's gay club scene wasn't easy. In 1987, he was hosting a night at the Royal Vauxhall Tavern when police raided the venue.
And they were so rude and so aggressive. And when I came out on the stage there behind me, they were all wearing, the place was heaving, and they were all wearing rubber gloves. And of course I said, oh good, if you come to do the washing up.
And this afternoon, fittingly, a bouquet of lilies had already been left outside the pub. And why did the police come here and take Paul O'Grady away?
Well, there was a lot of things going on in the 80s at the time with the police, and I am going to say homophobia, but with Paul and his status, you know, he was able to use that and to be able to create and make some of those issues to deal with them. And he's still waiting out an apology from the police after all of that time.
Then there was O'Grady's love of animals and his award-winning series for the love of dogs.
This is the thing working with Paul. He was so easy to work with. He put everyone at their ease. But I think the reason that we loved him so much and that the programme was so successful was that he really did love animals, and you cannot fake that.
Even the royal family have paid tribute to Paul O'Grady's work at the Batty Dogs and Cats Home, where he provided, they say, lots of laughter and waggy-tailed memories.
No, don't be looking at that.
O'Grady's husband said he died unexpectedly but peacefully last night. He was 67.
This is it now.
A drag queen at first, who was also a king of hearts.